There's a lot of spots that you can find the VIN, of course, but the easiest is going to be right on the windshield here. This is an easy spot where it is for most cars. And then all of the certification labeling, like the emissions stuff, is all under here. Right here we have the fuel pump relay, and when the car isn't taken apart, it's supposed to be up right behind here in the dash. Right here underneath the center of the dash we have the PCM, and then the fuse for the PCM is in the passenger side of the dash in this fuse box right here. It's fuse number 13. Right here in the center underneath the climate control and infotainment area we have the OBD2, which is a really weird spot for it. And then the manufacture date is in the door jamb right here. It's 6/98. Right back here in the trunk we have the fuel pump, and then the fuel filter is within the fuel pump. Right in here underneath the intake manifold we have the ECT sensor, and then right beside it is the EGR valve. And then this one functions as both the idle air control sensor and throttle actuator control sensor. And then we have our fuel rail right in here underneath the intake. Right there. Right here we have the throttle position sensor. This is the map sensor. This is the intake air temperature sensor. This little cap spot right here is the fuel pressure test fitting. For the O2 sensors, we have the first one right up here before the catalytic converter. And then the second one, come over here. It's right after the catalytic converter, right up there. Down here, kind of by the oil filter, right up there, that is the crankshaft position sensor. Here we have the Actron scan tool plugged into the car, and we can look at our data stream right here. View data. Now it's getting all the PIDs. We can see all of our stuff here. Then if we go back, we can read codes. So it looks like we have 5 codes: PCM internal circuit failure, crankshaft position sensor A circuits, engine coolant temp circuits, IAT sensor circuits. Alright, and then pending codes. Looks like we just have 1. And the freeze data. And here we have all of this. Here we can see all of our data with the car off, and then when we start the car you can see how it changes. So the engine speed obviously went from 0 to, well, now idle. Coolant temperature is going to be increasing. And if we unplug a sensor, we can see how that affects it. So the idle air temperature right now shows 73. But if we go out and unplug that, we'll see how it changes. Okay, so now it's unplugged. And now it just defaults it to -40.